My name is Bernadett Szel. I am economist by profession. My PhD is in sociology, and I am currently affiliated with the CU as a visiting faculty, and also I'm proud to be the George Soros Visiting Fellow at the Department of Public Policy. Formerly, as a legislator, I became very curious with the history and the endeavors of Taiwan, self-rule island, because they live very close to an oppressive power, and I really thought that we Hungarians could learn a lot from them. And that was the time I started to learn Mandarin, and I also applied for a scholarship, a fellowship to Taiwan. And last year I was very happy because I had the chance to be an international visiting fellow at the Taiwan Foundation for Democracy, and I started to research the Taiwanese democracy. And this is the research I still carry on, and I'm going to continue in the future as well, because I think currently, globally, autocracies gain really momentum. And I think those communities or nations who support democratic ideas should learn a lot from each other, and also should support each other to protect democracy. And I think Hungary can learn a lot from the Taiwanese nations' endeavors and fights, but also we can learn a lot from each other, even in Europe or even in transatlantic dimensions. I am responsible for conducting a course for the students. The title is Defending Democratic Values in Autocratic Regimes. And I think this title speaks for itself, because our conversational topics mainly are around autocratization in the world. Of course, I have my expertise or my experiences from being a legislator in Hungary, but we can see there is a lot of academic work and research going on about autocratization. And in the course, at the first part of the course, we were discussing setting the stage for an autocrat, how democratic backlash actually happens with a country. It was very important to see, and we discussed a lot about that, the society usually reacts a little bit later. It's everything happening very fast. And it was very crucial for us to discuss which signs can refer to an autocratization happening in a certain country. In the second part of the course, we are talking about the people. So what actually happened to people living in an autocracy? For example, what happened to minorities, or what happens to the taxpayers' money in an institutionalized corruption. These are all topics which are very lively. And also our discussions are very, how to say, profound, because we do not stay on the surface, but we always try to analyze the motivations behind these kinds of actions. The opportunity for me is very simple. It is an opportunity to be there and be able to stand for our values, to have the mission completed. So this is the opportunity that we are actually here and we can do what we are meant for. The challenges, the list of challenges are much longer. For example, there are personal obstacles, like in personal life. Also, there are some people who want to discourage other people. And living in an oppressive system, of course, there are systemic obstacles as well. I know a lot of shades from these systemic tools as well, but I would always emphasize that we all have the responsibility for our life, and also being a university student or someone with a university degree, we even have more responsibility for our communities. So what I really suggest is that not to focus too much on the challenges, but focus on the opportunity itself. And I think that gives a lot of social energy, personal energy, that becomes a social energy in community, and that can really help people to survive among the most difficult circumstances as well. Currently, we live in a world with a lot of crises. We can say it's basically a multi-crisis period with certain overlappings that actually strengthen each other. And I know that many people feel like lost in this situation, but I think having a good education also gives a possibility to help people to understand the reasons behind these crises. And I would really encourage the students to get affiliated with communities where they can have real connection with people and try to encourage them to deal with these hardships and these challenges. This way they can help a lot in their environment and they can do a lot for their communities.